Okay, good morning once again. Let's have a brief review of what we have discussed so far. We learned how to compute some measures that are important to determine if the firm is creating value. Bottom line, class, is that we would like to compute for economic value added, market value added, and return on invested capital. These are three measures that we want to determine using other measures as well. And ROIC tells us if the firm was able to create value, okay, for the investors based on the operating capital that was provided to them, okay, and also compared with the weighted average cost of capital. Okay, for EVA, okay, we also studied this last time. We said that the the operating profit generated made use of capital, a total operating capital, and this total operating capital is not free. Okay, there's an opportunity cost as far as the providers of the capital is concerned, as far as investors is concerned. So if there's an opportunity cost for them, then it's just right to charge management with the use of the capital. Okay, that's why we did a capital charge to management, and for as long as that capital charge is greater than the operating profit, then value was created. Otherwise, then value was destroyed. Now, in order to compute for EVA, MVA, and even ROIC, we need first to compute some preliminary measures. Okay, so we computed for, number one, we've computed for net operating working capital. And we said that net operating working capital is simply the difference between your operating current assets and operating current liabilities. Now, take note of the word operating here. Okay, assets that form part of operating current assets exclude those that are interest bearing. For example, if we take a look at our balance sheet, cash and cash equivalents, that's part of operating current assets, accounts receivable, and inventories, but not short-term investments. For operating current liabilities, again, in the same manner, notes payable is excluded because this is interest bearing. So what's only included is accounts payable and accruals. Okay, so we were able to compute for operating current assets simply the sum of your cash, your receivables, and your inventory, and then net it against the accounts payable and accruals. We did not include the notes payable. Okay, so we have net operating working capital for 2020, and then we get also the same formula for 2019. Okay, now we also have to add to net operating working capital the net fixed assets, so that we'll be able to determine the TOC, the total operating capital. So we use the net fixed assets, which we find in the balance sheet also. Okay, when we add this, we have total operating capital. Now take note, it's just coincidental that they're the same here. Okay, there's no reason why they should be the same, except that nagkataon lang na pareho sila. Okay, so TOC for 2020 was 661,500, while at the beginning of the year, which is the end of 2019, it was 630. So you see that there was an additional investment in operating capital of 31,500, which is the difference between the two. Okay, nagdagdag ng operating capital for the whole 2020. Kasi we started with 630 at the beginning and then ended up at 661,500 at the end of the year. Okay, take note of this, guys. Itong 630 na to kasi gagamitin natin to, no? Gagamitin natin to determine if value was created for shareholders and investors. Itong 630 na to. Okay, then ito nga yung kanina, no? The difference is called the investment in TOC. Kakailangan natin to, guys, for your free cash flow. Okay, kasi ito yung tinatawag natin requirements in cash flow requirements for operations, yun. Okay. Okay, any questions so far, guys? Clear ba so far? Paki-chat naman kung yes or no. I would appreciate that, guys. Yes or no? Clear ba yung ano natin? So far? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, good. I just checked if it's being recorded. It's okay. Okay, so let's now go to NOPAT, net operating profit after tax. So we said that NOPAT is different from net income after tax. NOPAT assumes that we are not going to charge management with interest expense kasi hindi naman nila cargo to, no? Hindi sila responsible dito. So sabi natin, it's unfair if we're going to charge management with interest expense, hindi naman sila yung main responsible for that. Imagine, I gave an example before, kunyari yung EBIT natin 99,200, tapos yung interest expense 1 million, wala na, wiped out na. Negative na yung yung EBT natin. So to assess the performance of management, we do not charge interest, no? Unlike sa net income after tax, sinasama natin yung interest. Okay. Bottom line, guys, ang difference ng net income after tax at saka NOPAT is 6282. Now we might be surprised bakit hindi 10470. This is where the concept of leverage comes in. The use of interest, guys, has its benefits. Sabi natin, companies borrow funds for a purpose. Number one, kung may magagandang projects o investments, tapos usually naman, hindi naman sufficient yung funds ng company unless talagang awash sila ng cash, no? In many instances, in the usual instances, hindi kaya ng company yung i-fund yung project. Yes. So what's the decision? Shall it let it go by na lang kasi wala silang sufficient funds? Oh, that's the worst thing to do, no? Kung maganda yung project na yan, tapos it will the return of the project is greater than the weighted average cost of capital, then it makes sense to borrow to finance the project, no? And this is where leveraging comes into play. Kasi pag nangutang, guys, di ba may interest yan, and it lowers the taxable income. Okay? Since it lowers the taxable income, it will lower the tax. So that's where the concept of tax savings comes into play, because gumamit tayo ng utang para i-leverage, no? I-leverage yung project at saka i-leverage yung profit kasi bumababa yung taxable income, and thus bababa yung tax because there is tax savings, no? Okay, so yung difference lang ng NOPAT at saka NIAT is just 60%, no? 60% of the interest. Okay? 60% of the interest. So we can easily determine by how much was the by how much is NOPAT greater than NIAT, no? Okay? By just multiplying the 60% to the interest. 60%, guys, kasi ang tax rate natin 40%. If the tax rate was 30%, then it would be 70%. No? Okay. All right. Now, how did we compute for NOPAT? We did this. No, we went through the regular income statement approach, but the shortcut here is just multiply to your EBIT, actually to your EBIT or to your earnings before tax. Since they're actually the same, pareho naman sila kasi wala namang binawas sa interest. Multiply to our EBIT, okay, here, 1 minus tax rate. Binawasan natin ng yung 40% in this case na tax rate. So ang natira na lang, 60% of your EBIT. Okay? So how to compute for your NOPAT? You use your EBIT and then subtract here the tax that accrues to the earnings before interest and taxes. Okay? Any questions, guys, with your net operating profit after tax? Or is it clear, guys? Let me put the answer in positive. Clear ba? Paki-chat na lang kung yes or no. Please. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, I appreciate guys your responses. It means a lot to me really. Pag nakikita ko, sana all no, sana all nagre-respond. I really appreciate that kung lahat tayo magre-respond dun sa mga questions ko. Kasi notice ko guys na hindi tayo maabot ng 1/3 na nagre-respond. And thank you for those who are really faithfully answering, no? Participating through, just even through answering my queries. Okay. All right, then we learned about free cash flow. Okay, ano ba yung free cash flow? Sabi natin, ito yung available for distribution to investors. Sino ba yung investors natin? Shareholders at saka creditors. Yun ang mga investors natin. Okay? Yun yung available for distribution to them after deducting cash flow requirements for operations. Itong cash flow requirements for operations, na-compute natin to. It's a difference between the total operating capital at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year. Ito na yung additional investment natin for operations, for operating capital. And so, we can now easily compute for the free cash flow. It's your NOPAT minus the net investment in TOC. So this is free cash flow. Okay? Now, marami pang ibang gamit itong free cash flow. This is used in particular for computing for the estimating the stock price of the company. Now, in a practical sense, yung free cash flow ginagamit para sa for these things, no? Which we mentioned are for the investors. Interest payments, principal payments, for the creditors, dividend distribution to the shareholders, and sometimes a company would buy back shares, and it's called Treasury Shares. And I hope you did some research on why a company would like to buy back its own shares of stocks. And then it's also used for cash flows from non-operating activities. Okay. All right. And then ito na yung pinaka-bottom line natin na gusto malaman, guys. Yung ROIC, EVA, MVA. Itong tatlong to. Okay. We'd like to assess, guys, whether a company is creating value for its shareholders. Okay. So sabi natin, NOPAT 5920. Is this good or bad? Okay. And we said that we do not assess if it's good or bad just based on the NOPAT. Because it's really foolhardy to say this company that generated 59,520 performed less than this company that had NOPAT of 1 million. Okay? So kung titingnan natin, from the surface, company B generated more NOPAT, therefore company B had a better performance. That's not true. Okay? That's not true. So if we're going to just nitpick on that measure, NOPAT, then we're in for a lot of trouble, guys. Kasi kailangan tingnan natin holistically yung picture. Okay? Sabi natin, si A, yes, 59,520 yung ano niya, yung net operating profit after tax. But this was based on a total operating capital at the beginning of 630. Diba? At the beginning of the year, 630,000 operating capital was provided to management. Okay. Now, what about company B? For purposes of just for highlighting this example, guys, yes, the NOPAT was 1 million. Okay. But if the what's this? If the total operating capital was 10 billion, diba? So that's a very, very small percentage lang of ROIC. No? While company A had an ROIC. If you divide this, guys, 59,520 divided by 630, we computed that last time. That's 9.45%. This doesn't even reach 1%. Okay. So that's 1 million divided by 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 0.01%, guys. 0.01% as compared to 9.45. Okay, so be careful, guys, when making some pronouncements about figures. kahit yung net income after tax, ganun din guys. You should not analyze it and compare it with other companies just by using that singular number. Although it is safe to say that company B generated more NOPAT than company A. That's as far as we can go. But we cannot say that company B performed better than company A. You have to look at it holistically. Okay, for example, we can use now ROIC. Before what was used was measures like, let me, okay. Dati ang mga measures guys, ang ginagamit, okay, ang ginagamit dati ROE, no? Return on equity. ROE, return on equity. Pag nakakita kayo ng return guys, ang ano niyan, except yung ROIC natin, kasi mga mas bagong measures to, no? It's either NOPAT or NIAT. Itong lumang measure na to, it's your net income after tax, no? Divided by return on equity, ibig sabihin total shareholders equity dito. Okay? That's a measure used, ginagamit pa rin siya ngayon, pero mas robust kasi yung yung ROIC in a sense that ang ginagamit niya NOPAT rather than net income after tax. May inherent, sabihin natin may inherent weakness yung measure na to kasi we're charging management with interest. Ito yung problema dito, di ba? So hindi parang fair to management na ina-assess natin sila, yung operating performance nila by charging to them yung interest. Okay. And then sabi natin, when is a performance of the firm okay, of management? Kailan okay yon? If the ROIC is what? What was our decision there, guys? Sulat ko na yata sa taas yan. Okay, ito. For as long as the ROIC, return on invested capital, is greater than your weighted average cost of capital, then we're okay. Ibig sabihin, value was created. So there was creation of value. Creation of value or value creation. Okay. Now, if the ROIC is less than your WACC, then value was destroyed. Okay, for that specific operating period, for that specific year. Okay, so it's important to measure ROIC. And kailangan natin, but paano natin ma-measure si ROIC? Kailangan natin itong NOPAT. Tsaka kailangan natin yung TOC beginning. Okay? You might see others use, ang reason kasi ang TOC, this is for the whole period. NOPAT pala is for the whole period, for the whole 2020. TOC, dapat for the whole 2020. That's why you will see some computations of TOC will be the average of the beginning and the ending. Okay? But for our purposes, pati ito din ginagawa ng iba, ginagamit natin yung beginning capital. Kasi ang kwento parang, sige, at the beginning of the year, ito yung binibigay sa management, 630. Okay, what did you do with that? Okay, parang ang assumption, for the whole year, 630 yung ginamit. Okay, and then how much operating profit was generated for that? And it turns out that ROIC is 9.45%, which is greater than the WACC of 8%, which is okay. So which means that value was created. Now, ang pinsan ni ROIC si EVA. No? Ibig sabihin ng pinsan niyan guys, they will generate the same results. Kung okay yung ROIC, because it is greater than WACC, then EVA will be positive. Kasi sabi natin, ang EVA, pag positive siya, pag greater than 0, then value was created. Okay, so how do we compute for EVA? Just like ROIC, nagsisimula tayo sa NOPAT. Sa ROIC guys, nagsimula tayo kay NOPAT, tapos dinidivide natin dun sa capital na ginamit, no? Si EVA naman, we start with NOPAT, okay? But then we subtract the charge on capital. Okay? So, sandali mag-insert ako dito. let's just modify this a bit. Okay, let's call it capital charge. Okay. So let's start with the TOC. Our TOC is, kunin na lang natin dito. Dito na. TOC beginning is 6:30. Okay, TOC beginning is 6:30. Then let's give this a name, guys, yung WAC. You recall how we can give this a name? Yung 8%. So I'll type here in the name box WAC. Okay, so binigyan na natin ng pangalan to na 8% there. Okay, so I'm going to use that name. So this is equal TOC beginning multiplied by the WAC. There. That's your capital charge. Control Enter. Okay. So, okay. Top and bottom. Pa rin natin to. Okay, therefore our EVA now will be equal to NOPAT minus the capital charge. Okay, 9120. And since EVA, economic value added, is greater than 0, it's positive, then value was created. As you notice, guys, ROIC and EVA will always be consistent. Okay? They will be consistent. Kung okay yung ROIC kasi mas mataas sa WAC, then EVA will also be positive. If ROIC is less than the WAC, then that means that your EVA is negative. Okay? So, ROIC, guys, return on invested capital. Pag returns kasi, pag sa financial ratios, pag sinabing returns, you're dividing something with something. Katulad kanina, yung return on equity. So that's net income after tax divided by total shareholders' equity. Return on assets. That's net income after tax divided by total assets. Return on invested capital. So that's net operating profit after tax, no? Divided by your TOC beginning. Pag EVA naman, guys, you're subtracting the capital charge. And how do we compute for that capital charge? Magkano ba yung operating capital at the beginning, and then magkano yung weighted average cost of capital. Ang pinaka-concept nito, guys, is that capital provided to management is not free. It's not free. You charge management for the use of that because of opportunity cost, di ba? Kasi may opportunity cost. That's what makes EVA very sound, no? Yung economic profit, it's very sound. Kasi ang problema ng accounting measures, it does not take into consideration yung opportunity cost. In sa accounting measures, wala yung ganyan, wala yung EVA. Okay? So this was developed by Stern Stewart. It's a company in the 1990s. Tapos registered na to, no? Registered yung pangalan na yan, EVA. That's a trademark, yung economic value added. Okay, last measure is, madali lang to, market value added. It's another way to look at whether the company was able to create value for the shareholders, for the investors. Ito, ang tinitingnan natin dito yung, okay, let's add here. Maglagay tayo ng dito, market capitalization. Okay. So first, we need to know the stock price. Ang current stock price daw is 65. Okay. Now, ilang shares yan? Okay, that's 15,000, or that's technically 15 million. No? Kasi everything here is in thousands. So, if the stock price is 1565 and there are 15,000 shares that's issued and outstanding, therefore, the market capitalization is this one. Okay? Ito yung market capitalization natin. So that's easily computed by, copy ko lang tong, yeah. It's the stock price, and then multiply that with the number of shares outstanding to get the market capitalization. And then we compare that with the magkano yung equity sa books ng company. Okay, if you take a look at the company, guys, let's go to the balance sheet. So we have this, no? We have common stock and retained earnings. So the total common equity, ito yung book value ng company, okay, is 544,538. Okay, so it's equal to, oops, this one. So common equity for at this time is 544,538. Magkano yung value, okay, ng equity sa market? 975. Magkano yung nasa books? 544. Therefore, okay, we have this market value added. So it's a difference between the market capitalization and the book value of the equity. Okay, so what's value created also? Yes, 430, 462. Okay, so this is just comparing the market capitalization. And how do you compute for the market capitalization? Magkano ba yung stock price ngayon? Okay, currently in the market. Tapos ilan bang shares outstanding ang meron yung company? 15,000. So we get the market capitalization by multiplying the two, 975. And then we compare it with magkano yung book value, magkano yung value sa books ng equity, 544,538. The difference of that is your market value added. Okay? All right, let me pause for a while, guys. Any questions? Clear ba so far? Yung ROIC, EVA, MVA. Okay, I would appreciate, guys, some feedback from you. Kung clear siya. Thank you, Teo. Thank you. Hans, thank you. Roy. Yeah, very good. Salamat, guys. Salamat. I really appreciate. No? Robert, Sophia, Khalil, thank you. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? So kasama to sa natin sa long quiz natin next week, no? Modules 1 and 2, yung from the beginning hanggang whatever we discuss up to Thursday. Okay, so let me just summarize everything, guys, and then we'll end this worksheet. Okay, so in this worksheet, we learned how to we learned how to compute for measures like EBITDA. Okay, of course, net income after tax, net operating profit after tax. We learned how to get the growth rate, no? The percentage growth rate, which is just the value at now minus the value yesterday divided by the value yesterday, which we said mas madali kung ano sa Excel, mas madali kung ano lang value now divided by value yesterday minus 1. It's easier to do this. Okay, so and then we learned how to construct your statement of cash flows. Sabi natin, statement of cash flows tells us of the sources and uses of funds from operating, investing, and financing activities. So we investigate the net change, increase or decrease in cash. And yung performa natin, yung working paper natin, dapat mapapakita natin yung increase or decrease in cash na yan. Okay, yung 2,250 dapat nag-agree dun sa 2,250 dito. Okay, to construct the statement of cash flow, sabi natin, mag-working paper muna tayo. So we start with net income after tax, and then we add back depreciation and amortization kung meron, no? And then we have to also take note of the dividends paid. Okay, kasi when we got the net income after tax, hindi pa natin nasama yung dividends yan, no? Okay. Then sabi natin, ang rule dyan, when assets increase, that's a use of cash. Okay, everything flows from there. Therefore, when assets decrease, it's a source of cash. On the other hand, liabilities and equity, when they increase, it's a source of cash. When they decrease, it's a use of cash. Okay, so after doing this, Okay, just take note of which goes where. Operating, investing, financing. Okay, yung mga totals na to, yung tatlong totals yan, that should be sa ano natin, sa cash flow natin, naka-separate siya. By the way guys, another reminder, yung sa investing natin, pag net fixed assets yung binigay sa balance sheet, dapat i-compute natin no, yung acquisition cost. Okay? We just don't get the difference between the beginning and the ending. Pero pag ang binigay at cost guys, yun ang gamitin nyo. Huwag nyo gagamitin yung net. Kasi yung at cost will give you immediately, automatically, yung in-acquire if there's any. Then we said if you're using this pro forma, then you can use goal sheet. We learned about that no? Sa Excel. Sa exam guys, pag ganito, I will ask you to present yung goal sheet nyo para makikita ko kung ginamit nyo nga talaga yung goal sheet. Alright? So, and then, after that, okay, a reminder lang guys, in order to construct the statement of cash flows, kailangan natin ng balance sheet of the current year and the previous year, and the income statement of the previous year. Okay. And then, we ended up with this, yung sinamarize natin kanina. Okay, any questions as far as this worksheet is concerned? Any questions, guys? Okay, let me again rephrase my question. Clear ba? Clear ba yung buong worksheet na to? Again, guys, yan, salamat, no? Salamat. Okay, very good. Okay, hindi pa ako nakakakuha sa inyo ng 100% na participation. Sana lahat guys mag-answer kung yes or no. Kasi I would prefer kung may hindi kayo naintindihan na you can ask me, no? Okay. So we now go guys to the next Excel worksheet. Kindly open the new worksheet that I posted. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot. Paki-insert nga, mag-insert nga kayo guys ng row dito. Insert. And then let's put here, actual kasi na FS to, no? Nakalimutan ko ilagay yung my apologies. Lagyan na natin XYZ. XYZ company. Okay, and there are some things that we need to change here a bit. Okay, does everyone now have this? Does everyone have the worksheet? Please, paki-yes naman kung available yung worksheet nyo. Paki-chat please. So that I know if I'm going to start already. Thank you, Roy. How about the rest, guys? Paki-chat naman kung ready na yung ready na yung okay, thank you. Okay, let me give a few more seconds for those of you who have not yet opened your new file. Okay, a few more seconds. Okay, so I assume guys that everyone has accessed already the Excel file. Okay, we're going to work on this one. Let's just quickly take a look at what's in store for us here. Okay, so this is quite a long worksheet. Okay, there are some items here which will be required for you as an assignment, but you're not going to submit it. Okay, for example, itong working paper natin for the statement of cash flows for 2020. Okay, by next meeting, guys, we'll just compare notes. Okay, I won't show you how to answer this. You should know, guys. Ang pinapagawa sa atin yung 2020 na statement of cash flows. Tanong, pwede ba natin siya magawa? Pwede ba natin magawa yung statement of cash flows for 2020? Kindly chat, please, guys, kung yes or no. Can we construct the statement of cash flows for 2020? Yes or no, please? Okay, thank you, Kai. The rest, guys. Okay, Roy, salamat. Yes. Okay, again, guys, how do we determine if we can construct a statement of cash flows? Dapat meron tayong, for 2020, dapat meron tayong can you chat the answer, please? Ano yung tatlong documents na kailangan natin? I-shortcut nyo lang BS or IS. Paki-chat nga, please, guys, sa chat box natin. What are the documents that we need in order to construct the statement of cash flows for 2020? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Theo. Okay, you're correct, no? Balance sheet for 2020 and 2019, okay? And then income statement 2020. That's correct. Thank you. You're correct. So pwede natin magawa, guys. Pwede natin magawa. So since we'd like to construct the statement of cash flows for 2020 lang, i-compare natin yung increase in cash from 2019 to 2020. By the way, guys, apologies, dapat dapat yung 20, dapat pinagpalit ko, guys, yung 2020 at saka 2018. Dapat una yung 2020 tapos nasa dulo yung 2018. Ganun dapat, guys, pag magpe-present ng financial statement. So mauuna dapat yung most current year. Okay, 2020 and then 2019 tas 2018. Okay, so we'd like to investigate, guys, yung cash increase, diba? So 2020 minus 2019, there was an increase of cash 6718. So dapat dito papasok yan, yung 6718 dapat dito. So whatever your total for operating, investing, financing here, dapat it should be 6728. Okay? And then construct nyo dito yung statement of cash flows. All right, so that will be your assignment, guys. It will not be collected, but I hope you do it, guys. Kasi next meeting, ipapakita ko na lang yung solution ko. But I won't be giving you itong worksheet na to for next sa Thursday, no? Hindi ko ibibigay, guys, kasi gusto kong gawin nyo, no? I want you to do it. So on Thursday, I'm just going to present this. Compare tayo. If you have questions about it, siyempre magkakaroon lang kayo ng questions kung ginawa nyo. Okay, pag hindi nyo ginawa, well, you won't be able to ask questions. Okay, and also this one, okay, yung FCF, ROIC, MVA, yung mga naka-green colored cells. And then also this one, statement of retained earnings. Okay, so those are the things that you need to compute, guys. Okay, for today, we're going to do common size statement at saka yung horizontal analysis. Okay, so based on my experience sa kabilang classes, yun lang yung namin, yun lang yung inabot namin, no? So ito, guys, assignment to, assignment yan. That's also in preparation for your long quiz next meeting. Okay, so let's do this, guys, no? Common size statement. I'm going to explain what this is. This is also called vertical analysis. Okay, so what's this all about? Okay, paki-chat nga, guys. Did you do common size statements analysis or vertical analysis accounting nyo? Kindly please paki-chat. Yes or no? Have you done that? Common size analysis na ba kayo? No? Okay, thank you, Khalil. Roy, salamat. Pauline, okay, good. Opportunity to learn, guys. This is a new good thing. This is a new lesson for us. So ano yung common size statement analysis or vertical analysis? Yung name, guys, common. Ibig sabihin, or vertical, no? Vertical analysis. Sa bawat isang taon, vertical, no? If you take a look vertically, 2018, 2019, 2020. We are going to compare each of the accounts here to one common measure. Kaya ang tawag sa kanya, common size. And that measure is, okay, pakita ko dito. Let me use the pens. So sa common size statement or vertical analysis, sa income statement, ang common natin, ang gagawin natin benchmark, ang gagawin natin reference will always be sales. Okay? Sa balance sheet naman, ang magiging reference natin will be it's either total assets or since total assets pareho lang yan sa total liabilities and equity. Okay? So that will be how we will construct our common size. Okay. So dito, guys, for 2018, everything will be divided by sales of 2018. Okay? So what will be our formula here? But this is a chat box, guys. Ano yung magiging formula ko? Identify the cell. It will be, so bawat year meron tayong kanya-kanyang formula, no? Anyone? Paki-chat, please. Sa chat box. Ano yung magiging formula natin? So everything is to be divided by sales. So even sales, no? Sales divided by sales, cost of good divided by sales, other expenses divided by sales. So everything divided by sales. Any suggestion, guys? Ano maging formula natin? C5 divided by C5. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Theo. No? Thank you. Thank you, Theo. Okay. So, as ang suggestion is Theo, C5 divided by C5. Okay. Enter. All right. So we expect it to be 100%. No? Kasi sales divided by sales. Okay. Now, Theo, any suggestion how I can improve on the formula? Kasi, can I copy this down? If I try to copy this down, ano mangyayari? Bababa lang siya ng bababa, no? C6, C7. Okay. So how do we improve in this formula? Theo, any suggestion? So that isang formula lang tayo dito tapos we can copy it down already. Ginawa mo munang ano, pwede bang i-unmute mo yung sarili, Theo? Paki-explain, please. I would appreciate that.
Actually, sir, tinatry ko pa lang po ngayon, tapos mali po pala siya. Hindi po niya na-copy lahat.
Okay. Sige. Thank you, Theo. Thank you for your participation. Really appreciate it, okay? Salamat. So, ang sinuggest ni Theo, gawin daw C6 over C5 dito sa pangalawa, no? Dito ba yan? C6 over C5. Okay? Pero hindi natin makakopy ito. We cannot copy this Kasi bababa din si C5, magiging C6 din yan. Okay? And besides guys, ang common size statement, since si sales ang pinakamalaking amount dito, okay, sales ang pinakamalaking amount, 100% to, tapos the rest should be less than 1. Okay, wala na kasing amount dito na mas tataas pa sa sales. Sales will always be the highest. Okay? So, if we copy the formula, dapat lahat yan percentage of sales. Okay? So, ito mali ito kasi 1.5 to. Net income is not 1.5 times bigger than sales. Okay? So, any suggestions, guys? Ano kaya ang formula natin dito para makopy natin pababa? Okay. Currently, guys, mali no? Although tama yung idea. Tayo again, what do you mean by placeholder?
Sir, ginawa ko na lang po, kinopy ko yung value ng C5 sa, example, N5 po. Tapos, yun na lang po, C5. Try ko ulit, sir. Baka mali na naman lang po.
Sige. Okay. Okay, while Theo is experimenting on that, any other suggestion, guys?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sino to?
Si Roy po.
Yes, Roy. Yes.
Ano po, sir? Guess lang din po, sir.
Sige, go ahead.
What if po, sir, you can rename po yung cell. So yung 343,2,000, po, you can rename it to sales. Then sales 2018, then divide, then ano tawag dito? You can drag and drop na everything.
Okay. Okay, ang suggestion naman ni Roy, ito, i-rename ko to, Roy, no? Gagawin kong anong pangalan ilalagay natin dito?
Sales 2018 po.
Okay, sige, gawin natin sales 2018. Okay? Sales 2018. Okay, so may pangalan na to, guys, sales 2018. Yan, no? So what will be my formula here? Is equal to
Hello, sir.
Yes.
C5 over sales 2018.
Ililink ko dito. Ililink ko siya.
Sige po, sir.
Link natin. Pag link natin, lalabas na sales 2018, no?
Ay, okay, sir.
Di ba? Tapos
Sorry
divided by, kung ganyan, so parehong sales over sales 2018. And then, tingnan natin, Roy, and then control enter. Pag kinopy natin yan, okay, the problem there now is, pati yung iba, ganun na rin, no? Di ba?
Okay po.
Now, okay, ano yung ko lang sinabi ni Roy, ang pwede natin gawin, ang remedy natin dyan, Roy, pwede natin, yung una, wag natin i-link dun sa C5. Pwede natin gawing, i-type natin instead of using sales 2018, i-type natin C5. Yan. Okay, so I just type C5. Para pag kinopy ko yung pababa, gagalaw si C6, si C7, C8, C9, di ba? Kaso, si sales 2018, hindi sales 2018 pa rin siya, no? Guys, get me, no? Kasi yung unang ginawa natin dito, linink natin sa C5. Pag linink natin na ganyan lang, it will automatically say it's sales 2018. Pero kung gusto natin, guys, na I just want yan. Gusto ko yan, ganyan. So control enter natin, and then I copy down. Yan. So what do you think now of the solution, guys? And then I go here, it's now C6. Pero nakalink pa rin siya sa, ang denominator pa rin niya, sales 2018. Okay? Yan. Kuha nyo, guys, kuha. So tama na ba to? Is this solution now correct? Class? Any feedback, please? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Roy. Thank you. Thank you, Theo. Okay. The rest, guys. Any feedback, guys? Ang suggestion ni Roy, bigyan natin ng pangalan tong sales 2018. Hans, thank you. Tapos, ang remedy natin, okay, so it should be sales. Pag, again guys, papakita ko pag linik natin dito using the mouse, okay, we have a problem there kasi it will become sales 2018 over sales 2018. Pag kinapi down natin yan, hindi magbabagong sales 2018. So it will always be 1. So the remedy there is, okay, i-type natin C5. Para pag kinapi natin pababa, it will become C6 over sales 2018, etc. Okay? So, and that it gives us this answer, which is correct. Okay. Another way, guys, another way to do this, tama yung sinabi ni Roy, that's correct, no? What's another way to do this? Instead of using the name, instead of giving it a name. Although magandang idea to guys, yung giving it a name. This is correct, no? Kasi pag gagamitin natin sales na 2018, then madali natin ma-access yung sales 2018. Okay, another way to do this, guys, without giving it a name is equal to, I'm going to type C5 divided by C5. Okay, from there, no, anong gagawin natin? So we're not going to use the sales 2018. Anong gagawin natin? Any suggestion? Okay, may nag-chat. Let's see. Yun, okay. Pauline, thank you. Pauline, paki-explain, ano itong $C, $5 na to?
Sir, it's absolute reference po, meaning when you place dollar signs, it will like stay to that cell lang po.
Okay, good. Thank you, Pauline. It will fix the position, no? Tama?
Yes, sir.
Natutunan niyo ba ito sa computer subject niyo, yung paggamit ng absolute at saka relative cell references?
Na-mention po.
Okay, na-mention. Sige, explain ko to kasi this is a very important concept na gamit sa finance to, no? Sige, explain ko lang, no? So, sa Excel, guys, 'di ba? Alam natin na a cell has its own name. Ang pangalan niya C5. Pwede nating i-modify yung position nito. Okay, pwedeng $C5, pwedeng $C5, at saka pwedeng $C, $5. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nito? Kung sino man yung sinusundan ng dollar, guys, kunyari ito, dollar and then C. Ibig sabihin nun, we're fixing column C, but not row 5. What does that mean? Pag kinapi natin yung formula na yan, hindi aalis sa column C yan. Lagi lang siya nasa column C. Pero aalis siya sa row. So depende kung paano natin ikakopy, kung pataas, pababa, left, right. Basta naka-fix si column C dyan, hindi siya aalis sa column C. Okay. On the other hand, ito naman, okay, if i-fix natin dito si row 5, not column C. Column C. Okay? So naka-fix si row 5, but not column C. For this one, it's fix. So dito, fix column C, fix row 5. Okay. All right. With that, guys, with that concept, okay, ang suggestion ni Pauline, which is correct, thank you, Pauline, sabi niya, it's equal to C5. I'm going to type C5, guys, kasi pag lining ko dito, is equal to this one, kasi binigyan natin ng pangalan to, no? Okay. But I'm just interested in C5 divided by C5. Okay, then how do I change the address of C5? Okay, anong pinapress ko, guys? Nakikita niyo nagbabago yung position. C5 muna, then $C, $5, then $C, $5, then $C5. Okay? So what am I pressing, guys? Ba't ang bilis nagbabago ng position ng ano, ng denominator? Anyone, guys? What am I pressing? Shortcut yan, guys, instead of typing dollar, dollar, dollar. No? Matagal pa yung pagtatype ng dollar. Ito. Anyone, guys? What am I pressing? Shortcut in order to change the cell address, the relative or fixed cell address. Anyone? I'm pressing. Okay, I'm pressing. Yes, thank you, Hans. Thank you. F4, no? So pupunta lang kayo sa ilalim sa denominator dyan and then press F4. So this is for for Windows, no? Okay, type ko lang dito, no? F4 for Windows to. Sa Mac, I think it's Command plus T. No? Pakitry nyo nga, though, any Mac user here, may gumagamit ba ng Mac? Paki-chat please para matanong natin kung kung gumagana yung Command plus T. Any Mac user? Wala ba? Okay. Kung wala, then F4, guys, no? F4. F4. Yan. Okay. Okay, what should our answer be for the denominator? This one, this one, this one, or this one? Sabi natin ito hindi pa pwede, mali ito, no? Kasi pag ginalaw natin yan, kinapi natin yan, din yung magbabago din to. Should it be this one? Para hindi siya aalis ito sa sales, no? Kasi $C, $5 means naka-fix lang siya sa C5. Hindi gagalaw yung column C, hindi gagalaw yung row 5. Or this one, or this one. Okay, ano answer, guys? Anyone? Please chat. Na-answer na ni Pauline kanina yan. I just want some of you to repeat the answer. Hello, guys. Hello. Okay, Theo, thank you. Thank you, Pauline. Sige. Pauline, paki-explain nga ulit yung answer natin na $C, $5. What's the reason behind that?
Para sir, fix siya sa column C and then fix rin siya sa row 5 and it sticks to that specific cell.
Correct. Kasi gusto natin laging divided by 3432, di ba? Right? So $C. Okay. Okay, thank you, Theo, also. Yan. Okay, Control Enter. So copy down. There we go. Okay? Lagyan natin ng mamaya na. Mamaya natin lagyan ng ng border. Okay. Now, can I copy this, guys? Can I copy this? Pwede ko ba i-copy to the right? Ito. Anong nangyari, guys? Pwede ba yun? Tama ba to, guys, or no? Answer? No. Okay, Roy, bakit no?
No po, sir.
Yes, bakit no?
Kasi po, sir, di ba sabi niyo po, yung sa common sense ng 2018, you divide everything by the sales of 2018.
Yes.
So, sa 2019 po, dapat everything should be divided by the sales of 2019. And same thing with 2020.
Yes, tama. But what did we divide it with?
Ano po?
Sige.
We divided everything po by the sales of 2018.
Yun. So mali ito, di ba? Kasi dapat sa 2019, divide everything by the sales of 2019. Yung 2020 dapat divide everything with the sales of 2020. So, in fact, mali ito makikita natin. No? Bakit 1.7? But dapat 1 din yan eh. No? Di ba? Tapos ito may 1.45, may 1.68. Dapat, yung sales natin dapat parehong 1.1 yan. Tapos everything should be less than 1. Okay? So how do we now rectify this formula para isang formula lang tayo, isang formula lang, then copy to the right, copy down, tapos. No? So we only need, that's efficiency guys. No? Kung pwede isang formula lang para sa lahat ng sales, that would be the way to do it. No? Kasi kung iisa-isin natin yan, syempre, it's as if you never learned Excel. No? Pero maganda isang formula lang, and then copy to the right, copy down, tapos. No? So that's what our goal is. So what do we do now, guys? Kasi mali itong formula natin. No? How do we now change our formula so that it will work also for 2019, for 2020? Any suggestions? We want it to work for 2019, 2020 also. Okay. Pauline, thank you. Paki-explain nga. Okay, thank you, Roy. No? So, both of you are correct. No? Pauline, paki-explain nga kung bakit, we have to change this. Okay, sige.
Sorry. Since when you drag the thing po to the right, parang sumasabay rin po yung, so kunyari sa first column is C. When you drag to the right, it becomes D and E and so on. And since we just have to stick to row 5 po.
Yes.
Dapat,
Yeah, tama, no? Excellent, no? Thank you, Pauline. Perfect yung sinabi ni Pauline, which nag-comment din si Roy na, pati si Hans, no? Thank you so much, guys. You're correct. So, ang gagawin natin, guys, wag natin i-fix dito si C. Gusto natin naka-fix lang siya sa row. Para gagalaw siya sa row, pag pumunta tayo sa column D, the position will not stay at column C, but it will transfer to column D. Tapos gusto natin, dito lang yan sa row 5. Kasi ang gusto lang natin, itong tatlong figures na to. No? So we modify this formula, not $C, $5, but rather C, $5. So ang ibig sabihin yan, hindi naka-fix si column. Ang naka-fix si row 5. So anywhere we copy the formula, andun lang siya, guys, sa row 5. Hindi aalis sa row 5 yan. So Control Enter, and then we, tingnan nyo guys, tama na to. And then copy down. There. Okay? Or, para ma-preserve yung ano natin, yan. So copy down ko, nawala din. Whether you copy down and copy to the right, or copy to the right and then copy down, it's the same. Okay? So medyo i-format lang natin konti. Dapat yung common size natin, guys, parang pareho din dapat ng format ng income statement, no? There. Okay. So let's now format ko lang ng konti ito. Bawasan ko lang yung ano. Okay, gawin ko na lang yan. 3 decimal places. Okay, so what does this mean, guys? From here, we can analyze on a year-by-year basis, no? 2018. So 2018, dapat may underline to eh. Okay. What does this tell us, guys? 2018, what does this mean? Cost of sales, 0.83. It means that for every 1 peso of sales, the company spent 83 centavos for the cost of that sales. Noong 2019, tumaas siya. Naging 85 centavos na. Noong 2020, bumaba siya at 82. So mapapansin natin na medyo mahal siya noong 2019, ano? So dapat pag-aaralan yan ng management. Bakit nag-85 centavos per per 1 peso of sales yung cost natin? In fact, dito guys, no, sa total operating cost, 2018, 93 centavos or 94 centavos per 1 peso of sale. Sa 2019, 99 centavos na per 1 peso of sale. Halos wala nang natira. No? Kinain na ng operating cost. Tapos dito, sa 2020, mga 93 centavos. Nag-improve naman dito. Pero 2019 seems to be a very bad year for the company. If we take a look at the net income, ibig sabihin nito ng negative 0.6, negative 0.016, ibig sabihin, sa bawat piso ng sales nila, they lose 1.6 centavos. While in 2018, for every 1 peso of sale, ang kinikita nila doon 2.6 centavos. So, ang pinakamaganda nung 2020, okay, 3.6 centavos for every 1 peso of sales. Okay, so common size statement guys, makikita natin, no? In comparison to sales. So that's very important kasi makikita natin kung ilan yung cost, ilan yung kita, okay, ilan yung EBT, ilan yung operating profit. For example, dito 2018, 6 centavos of operating profit per 1 peso of sales. Dito wala na, no? Wala na. 0.3 of a centavo na lang, no? Okay? Ito 7 cents per 1 peso of sales. So we can see here the progression on a yearly basis. Kita natin side by side comparison. Tapos on this particular year din, okay, dito sa 2018 kumikita pa naman tayo ng 2.6 centavos. Sa 2019 wala na, no? Dito sa 2020 yung pinakamaganda 3 centavos. Now there's a way to also view this. Okay, I'm going to teach you from the other 3 sections. Sabi nila hindi niyo pa nagagawa to, no? So I'll assume na hindi niyo pa nagagawa to. O sige, tanungin ko na nga lang guys. Have you done spark lines before in your other subjects in the use of Excel? Nag-spark lines na ba kayo? Paki-yes or no lang, please. Okay, good. Good. Thank you so much, no? Okay, salamat. Opportunity to learn again, guys. Pag mga gantong time series, guys, pag sinabing time series, yung figures over time. Okay, so ito 2018, 2019, 2020. It's good to create a spark line for this. Paano yung spark line? Ipa-plot natin 1, 1, 1. So ito guys, pag plot natin yan, straight line lang yan. Pero ito 0.83, 0.85, 0.82, makikita natin yung progression, yung up and down ng series natin. So let's do that, no? If I go here, then insert. Okay, so insert, and then here you have this spark lines, no? So you have 3 types of spark lines. Meron tayong line, meron column, meron win-loss. No? So let's just use as line. Okay, data range natin. Okay, data range is this one. Okay, and then location, J5. Okay, okay. Okay, so ito lang yan, no? And then I'll copy it down. Yeah. So you see here guys yung galaw ng ano natin, galaw ng mga figures natin, no? Going up, going down. Now hindi siya masyadong apparent, no? So we can modify this. Okay, if I highlight this and then design, dito Sparkline tools, no? Then design. Okay, yan. May mga pwede tayong ano dito, no? Okay, if you use column, okay, tingnan niyo column siya, no? Win-loss. Win-loss. Medyo hindi maganda yung win-loss dito. I'll just use the line and then I'll just click here high point para pakita kung asan yung highest point at saka low point para makikita natin low point dito. Okay guys, I leave you to explore, no? Sparkline color, pwede nang baguhin yung color. Okay? So I leave this to you guys. At kunyari yan, green, etc. So you can balik ko na lang sa dati, no? You can do as you please. All right. So ito nakikita natin dito guys. Kunyari, cost of goods sold. We can see here that ang pinakamataas na cost ratio is noong 2019. Ang pinakamababa yung 2020. Okay, which is good, 2020, no? Kasi ibig sabihin, mas efficient yung yung pag-produce nila kasi ang cost ratio niya 82% lang, 82 centavos yung cost per 1 peso of shale. So from a company perspective, kunyari kung part tayo ng company, titingnan natin ano nangyari sa 2019. Bakit naging ganyan yung natin, yung cost ratio natin? Okay, so what was wrong that we did here in 2019? Was it because tumaas yung cost ng raw materials? Bakit tumaas yung cost? Hindi ba tayo nakapaghanap talaga ng supplier? Or hindi tayo naging ready? Hindi tayo nag-inventory management? So many things like this, no? So these are information which should be used as part of managerial decision making, no? Titingnan kung bakit 2020 and what did we do right noong 2020. So what did we do right which made the cost ratio very good, no? Compared to 2018 and 2019. Yung profit margin natin, no? 3 centavos. Highest siya nung 2020. Kita nyo naman guys yung low points at highest point dito. Kanina walang low points at high point, di ba? Ang hirap i-decipher, ang hirap maintindihan. So nakatulong guys tong no? Nakatulong tong low points at high points. Okay? I'll leave you guys to explore yung mga spark lines. Maraming pwedeng magawa dyan. Lalo na guys kung mahaba yung time series, that's a very, very good way to analyze. Okay? So with the common size statement, vertical analysis, makikita natin year by year, no? Kung ano yung nangyari. Okay? And then we couple it with horizontal analysis naman. Ano naman tong horizontal analysis? Yung horizontal analysis, tinitingnan natin yung progression niya over the years. Okay, so we compare. Kindly change this, guys. This should be 2018 to 2019. So kino-compare natin ano nangyari between 2018 and 2019. Tapos dito 2019 and 2020. Sorry for that. 2019 and 2020 there. Okay? So you know how to do this, guys, no? Horizontal analysis will simply be get the growth rate. Okay, so this will be equal to 2019 divided by 2018. Okay, so I will have to, okay, hindi ko gagamitin si sales kasi ma-fix si sales ng 2018, ano? So I'll just use C5. Okay, so that's D5 over C5 minus 1. Okay, do I fix anything there, guys? If you fix ko ba si C5 o si D5? Do I fix D5 or C5? Answer? Do I fix D5 or C5, guys? Okay, nag-chat. Okay, thank you, Hans. No? Okay, the answer is no. Tama si Hans. Okay, we don't want to fix anything here kasi gusto natin gumalaw sa lahat, no? Para pag kinapi ko to the right, magiging, it will now become E5 over C5, etc. So that's correct. Hindi natin, we're not going to fix anything there. Just there. Okay. And then lagyan natin ng top and bottom borders para mukha din siyang FS. Okay, let's analyze this. So what does this mean, guys? Itong 0.7 na to. What does that mean? What's this ratio, 0.7? It means that between 2018 and 2019, sales increased by 0.7. 70% yung increase ng sales. While 2019 to 2020, 20% lang, around 21% lang yung increase. So sa horizontal analysis class, makikita natin yung percentage increase from year to year. Okay, ano ibig sabihin itong other expenses na to? 1.1176. Ibig sabihin, other expenses increased by 111%. If you take a look at this, 340 naging 720. So tumaas ng malaki. Dito, cost of sales from 2.8 million naging 4.9 million. Ang laki ng ano dito? Ang laki ng increase ng ano ng lagyan natin to ng bottom blue. Yan. Oops. There. Okay? Ang laki ng increase guys ng cost of sales. In fact, yung increase ng sales 70%, pero yung cost of sales nag-increase ng 74%. Okay, so something's really wrong here, no? Nung nangyari between 2018 to 2019, 'di ba? Increase ng sales ng 70%, pero ang cost of sales 74%. Mukhang hindi tama 'yon, ano? Kasi mas malaki pa yung increase ng cost kaysa dun sa increase ng sales. Alright? So clear yun guys. In fact, no? Take a look at 2019-2020. Sales increased by 20%, pero yung cost of sales nag-increase lang ng 0.16. So mas mababa siya kaysa ano, which is good, no? Ito, total operating cost, nag-increase si sales ng 0.7, pero si total operating cost 80% yung in-increase niya. Okay, so although more nakikita natin na teka muna, bakit yung sales natin nag-increase ng 70% lang, pero si cost of sales 80% yung in-increase niya. So something's not right, guys. Itong medyo critical talaga itong 2019 na to, no? While in 2019 to 2020, okay, nag-increase si sales ng 20%, pero si operating cost nag-increase lang ng 12%. That's good, no? Kasi mas mataas yung increase ng sales natin kaysa dun sa increase ng cost of sales. Okay. Ano ibig sabihin, guys, ng negative? Ito, for example, other expenses. What's the meaning of negative 14.87%? Anyone, guys? Anyone? What's the meaning of negative 14.87? Okay, may nag-chat? Yes, correct, no? Okay, tama, no? Tama. Sandali. Sino ba yung mga sumunod? Okay, Theo, thank you. Hans, thank you. Okay, Roy, thank you. You're correct. Bumaba, guys, no? Tignan natin, ha? 14.87, ibig sabihin, from 720 yung other expenses, naging 612. Okay, it went down. Kaya negative yung rate ng decrease, no? Okay. So, guys, pag negative, ibig sabihin nun, bumaba, no? For example, itong EBIT natin, 209, naging 17 na lang, no? So that was ang laki, 92% decrease in your operating profit, in your EBIT. 209 million, naging 17 million na lang. So that's a 91.67% decrease. Okay, so ibig sabihin, guys, pag negative, ibig sabihin, bumaba yung value. Now, there's something here, guys, na mali. Okay? Anong mali dito sa horizontal analysis based on that negative? May mali dito, guys. Okay? In the interest of time, guys, ipo-point out ko na, ha? Kasi kailangan pa natin tapusin to. Okay, take a look at this. Itong tatlong to. Di ba sabi natin pag negative, ibig sabihin bumaba yung value. Bumaba ba dito, guys? Bumaba ba yung earnings before tax natin? Nung 2019 to 2020? Did it go down? Yes. Thank you, Theo. No? Okay, thank you, Hans. Okay, tama, guys. Mali ito kasi from negative 158 to 422, dapat positive yan, di ba? dapat positive yan. There was in fact a huge increase. Ba, ano yung increase yan? Is equal to this minus this. In fact, nag-increase siya ng 581,200. Dati negative 158. Tapos naging 422. So there was an increase of 518,200. No? So bakit negative siya? The problem here is that yung prior value natin is a negative. Okay. Walang problema guys kung yung previous value is positive. Walang problema doon. Pero pag negative yung previous value, we'll have a problem. Kasi di ba ang formula natin, this divided by this, this divided by this minus 1. So itong divisor natin negative. Okay, so magkakaproblema tayo doon. No? So dapat ito, this should not be negative, but that should be positive. So lagyan ko lang dito ng ano. So this should be absolute. So I place here absolute value para mawala yung negative. Yan. Okay, so ngayon, the challenge guys is, which will be part of your assignment. So dito tayo magkakaproblema, no? Yung mga negative na to. Kasi kung magiging divisor to guys, magiging negative talaga yung ano natin. Nag-increase yan eh. So bakit naging negative yung answer natin kanina? So I'd like you to figure out guys, how do we generalize this formula? Okay, we have to modify this formula so that pag merong negative yung itong denominator, okay, dapat ang kukunin yung absolute value. Okay, so that will make sure na tama yung answer natin, na hindi negative yung ano natin, yung percentage, magiging percentage decrease kasi. Khalil, iba yung lumalabas sa graph. Saan? Dito sa spark lines. Khalil, can you unmute yourself, please?
Sir, yung mga graph po na based on the ratio.
Spark lines?
Opo.
Sige, ulitin ko. So let me delete this. Okay. Wait.
Sir, kanina pa po yung chat ko nung negative po yung 2019 to 2020. Kaya po sinabi ko na mali yung na negative yung negative 3.655 sa 2019 to 2020 sa column L po.
Okay. Sorry. So okay na ba?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Khalil, hindi ko nakita kagad yung chat mo. My apologies. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Iba yung lumalabas sa graph. Okay. All right. So, ang challenge sa inyo guys, it's already time, no? Ang challenge sa inyo, i-modify nyo tong formula na to so that when I drag this, tama na tong 3.6655. Okay guys, time na. I have 1 minute lang. Papakita ko lang tong common size ng balance sheet, no? Ang balance sheet guys, it will be equal to your accounts divided by your total assets, tapos naka-fix yung sa total assets. Okay? So that's how you will do your common size statement. Okay? Yan. So 100% yung total assets natin. Sa total liabilities and equity, it will be equal to your account divided by either total assets or total liabilities and equity. Pareho lang naman yun. No? There. Okay, then copy. Yan. Tapos i-format nyo na lang guys. Format everything na parehong 3 or 4 decimal places, parang ganito. No? So ganun din dito guys, horizontal. Ganun din. It's 2019 divided by 2018 minus 1. Yan. And then format nyo na lang. Okay? And then put the borders. All right. I'll leave that, guys. Okay, so tapusin ko na to. Okay, tapos gawin na lang for 3 decimal places. And then this one also, it's equal to this divided by this minus 1. Enter. Okay, yan. Okay? And then just change the decimal places. And then format lagi guys, format para mukhang balance sheet din siya, no? Yung mga lines, no? Yeah, parang ganito. Dapat double din yan. Gawin niyo yung pareho dito. Okay, guys. So that ends our discussion for today. And we'll continue with this, guys, next meeting. Paki naman yung assignment, guys. I'm not going to collect it, but I hope as a practice, parang practice yun rin para sa long quiz next week, no? So compute itong mga to. Okay, and then next meeting, ito na yung gagawin natin. Yung financial ratios na. So medyo tingnan-tingnan nyo na rin to, guys, yung mga ratios natin. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. I hope you learned something today. Okay, stop recording ko na.